Hey, this is Namdev Hardisty, the MBA studio. I just wrapped up the last day of my, what class was today? Advanced Typography Studio at MCAD today. And we looked at the final projects today, and what the assignments were was that every student had to define their own project to work on for the duration of the semester. And the goal was that everyone always defined a strategic project for them to work on, something that would help them put them on the path to the career that they wanted. So I thought I would share really quickly what I thought was the way to come up with the most successful new portfolio project. So if you're looking to expand your portfolio, do you sort of do whatever you feel like, which you could do, or do you try to do something that's going to strategically put you on the road towards getting what you want? So here is my magical plan for how you make a new portfolio piece to get the things that you want. Excuse a little scratchy there. Okay, one, the first thing you got to do is define the goal on some level. So what is the thing that you want to accomplish? Do you want to get better at a specific skill? Like, for example, do you want to explore handmade typography or illustration or something, or book design? That's sort of strategy one. Or is there a certain type of work you want to explore, like you want to be known for, which I guess is actually the same thing, so I take that back. Or is there a specific job that you want, like a place that you want to work? If you don't have that in place, I don't understand like how you can get started on a project. All you can really do is define, I feel like doing this. And there's nothing wrong with doing whatever you feel like doing, but it's not always going to be strategic. So you have to have a goal for the thing to be strategic. So let's say what you want to do is explore illustration. My advice right off the bat would be to say, okay, well, let's say that you successfully make a portfolio piece. Who are you trying to do illustration for? And you say, oh, I don't know, I just want to do illustration in general. Maybe that'll work. Maybe you'll magically make something that people will just hire you to do illustration for in general. But I would be very wary of that. And I would start out and be like, and pick a specific target. Like, I want to do illustrations for Time magazine. I'd be like, okay. Then my advice would be to start, go get an issue of Time magazine. Look at the types of illustrations they commission for what kinds of articles, and then say, I'm going to do illustrations for these types of articles. Then all of a sudden it's like, if you put that work in front of an art director from Time, not only are they seeing hopefully your unique spin on illustration, but they're also seeing that you grapple the type of subject matter that they commission illustrations for. So what you should not do when you're doing this is go and look at Time magazine and say, oh, Time magazine commissions this particular style of illustration, so I should do that. You don't want to do that at all. You don't want to chase the market like that. What you want to do is say, Time magazine has a specific type of problem that needs to be solved, and this is how I would solve it. So then you have to find it, right? Like, I'm going to do illustrations for major stories in Time magazine. The next step then is to blow that way out and say, okay, like, in order to do that, how many illustrations do I need to do? One story? Like, if you think you should do 3 illustrations for one story, then I would say you should do 30 illustrations for 10 stories. You need to make the goal big enough that you can actually get some work done, and then back off from it once you get into it. Once you get one done, then if you want to back off, that's fine, but you kind of got to take the thing to an extreme. If you don't push it as far as it can go, it's not going to have the richness of the type of portfolio work that typically like would be demanded of you in a school or a work setting. So my advice is always like, figure out the thing that you want to do and then push it to its extreme. So if you decide you want to redesign a book cover, well, don't redesign one, redesign 10. Maybe do a series, or maybe just do 10 books across a variety of genres to show how you would approach it, but don't just do the one. Push farther. If you're going to do some kind of publication, like a book about, I don't know, dinosaurs, don't redesign one book about Dinosaurs are the worst example. Don't redesign one book about dinosaurs. Go and edit a new book that has an editorial vision about dinosaurs, so that then not only are you showing off design work, but you're showing how your brain works when you're trusted with a larger level of responsibility. All of a sudden now it's like you have these two levels you're sort of communicating on. Here's what my design work looks like, and here's how I think about a book as a larger project. I think that this kind of thinking can be applied to any sort of project that you might want to make within a school, and ultimately it comes down to this. You have these sort of two circles. There's what the person you need to get in front of, what they want to see, and what you want to make. And all you have to do is find the overlap between those things. And if you do that, that's how you, in my opinion, that's how you're going to make new, good, portfolio-worthy work. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Namdev, or you can follow the MVA studio. We're at the MVA, like motor vehicle accident. Sorry for the scratchy voice, but I just did a 4-hour critique today. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.